Good morning everyone, here for the surf report. A lot of people have asked for some more details with my surf report, so here we go. We've got a 0.8 metre swell, easterly swell, 7-second period, 15 kilometre breeze, and it's turning to a cross on later this afternoon. 24 is the high, 23 the low, 26.5 is the water temp. It's beautiful. Sunset at 5:49. As you can see, a bunch of boats out there fishing, counted 35 of them this morning. And here we go, there's a bloke up and running. A few surfers here just on 25th Ave surf break. Other than that, a fine day expected. Get in, get wet, enjoy it. Well, here we have it, the mystery item revealed. And it wasn't the little tub here that my wife said, you shouldn't have had that there. Anyway, it's these two here. And what is it? Well, got my son's on a job. His job was to do the bins, the yellow bin, the recycle and the normal bin. And not that he's a lazy kid, but always get lazy people to do things because they work out the most efficient way to get the job done. In this case, rather than running down the stairs to put them in, what he did was invented a very clever system. We've got our two bins here. So this is our normal rubbish. Get that together. Tie that up like so. And normal rubbish is red string, so open the window. Look out here. Pull up the lid of my big green wheelie bin and bon voyage. Success. And then we get the recycle bin, lots of ice cream. We do the same with that. And don't get up me for putting a little paper bag in the recycler, right? I know some of you will. And you pull the blue string for recycle. And the bin job is done. So well done if any of you guessed it. I know one friend who'd been here before did know what it was, so we do have a winner for today. That's David and Ingrid Taylor. Anyway, I shall have another mystery item later in the day for you. I just watched the playback. Sorry about cutting my head off in that. So here's a view from the outside. Here's the blue string. And we pull up the yellow lid. And the red string pulls up the normal waste. There we go. Hi everyone, during the video there's going to be a secret subliminal message come through. It'll be in the form of a chocolate, something like that. Could be something like that. Anyway, we're real chocky freaks in this house, and you know, you'll see this. So we'll see if you can spot the subliminal message, the secret chocolate, throughout the video. It will pop up. We'll have a different one every day. So there you go, that's how much we love chocolate. Hi guys, well, just a bit of one-on-one time I suppose. First of all, a big shout out to June, our new resident comedian in the house. How good was she yesterday? Just cracked us up. We were just sitting there talking to her. She said, look, I heard a joke today, and she told us, and we just wet ourselves. We just couldn't stop laughing. So I said, June, you want to run that again? I'll just throw the video on her, and how good was she? Just fantastic. She's a real gem. She's got pearls of wisdom, and you'll be hearing from her more throughout the day or through other episodes. So yeah, June, a big shout out to you. That's awesome. Look, just thinking about this whole thing they call this social distancing. It's sort of what's it really mean? You know, we understand the 1.5 meters, and there's no more than 5 and no more than 10, and watch out for others and all that. And 1 minute we're here all sort of separating and getting away from each other, and we understand the reasons why. But I really think it's so important that even though we're socially distancing, we have to really work hard at actually reducing that distance through connections. And it's vital that we keep the connections. It's proven throughout the world. We have places called the blue zones. Blue zones are areas where there's high group activity, high interaction amongst people, and these countries and these blue zones have shown many cases of longevity, better health, and so forth. And even though we can't connect in that way that we used to, it's really important that we connect through other means. So I've got a bunch of friends on a few WhatsApp groups. We've got this Facebook channel, there's some YouTube stuff going around. So there are, and you're all in groups, and none of us are sure who's in what group, and that's fine. That doesn't matter amongst the pilots. We've got the Q-Link guys and Rex and Ansett, Q guys, A guys, long haul, A380, 7.8 guys, 7.3 guys. We've got Slack, a whole bunch of things. But what's really important, it doesn't matter what group you're in and what you're part of. We just don't want anyone to slip through the cracks. So if you know someone who's not on a group, who doesn't work with that media, put them on a phone list, put them on, just ask anyone you know, are you on some sort of group? Are you making contact? Are you getting some exposure to what's going on? And just someone to talk to and to see some other stuff and get your mind off what's going on. So I just a big think about that, and if we could do that, I think that would really help. And I think we all just do our bit, grab whoever we can, just check, ask the question, mate, join this, come and have a chat, watch what's going on. I think that's really important. And another thing I think is really important, times like this, we're all in our houses, so get to know your neighbours. Some of you already do. I know all mine, they're fantastic, but some of you, even to this day, still don't know. You've got two neighbours, one on either side. So look, shout out, ask them, drop a letter in their mailbox. Are you okay? Will you be okay? Stick a red flag. I heard in Italy, where was it? I think it was, Joe told me early on, in England it was, and they had the whole street and they had green cards. They put green cards in your front window, meaning we're okay, and if you put a red card, it meant, hey, I needed help, I need someone to go down to the pharmacy, I needed some groceries. And one of the guys in the streets would go and check the colours, and then they'd contact them and find out what it was. So here's just an example of what's going on. So yeah, look over the fence, give them a wave, send them a message, ring them, drop a note, whatever. You don't have to have close contact, but make contact with your neighbours, and they could really appreciate that, and it might just help you too if you need it. So a little bit there. We've got the kids. Mine are 25 and 26, moved on a bit, but a bit easier for me to deal with than a lot of you with really young kids. And they're great, they're fantastic, but they're very hyperactive. They love running around at school. They're going to come home. If they're not at school, with holidays coming up, they're going to have all this energy, and they really need to burn that energy up. And you're going to have to be pretty active in keeping them active so that they don't spin out and find it all too much. So get in with the kids. Get lots of activities. Now I've been hearing too, a lot of times they'll Skype, they'll just set up the Zoom, I think as a platform. Skype's another platform, many different platforms, WhatsApp. Get all the kids with their friends, talking, sitting around, colouring in, but on the app rather than playing games, they've actually got their kids there and they're looking and doing that. I've even heard of people having like virtual dinner parties where we all sit down for dinner with a good bunch of friends, put up a Skype and have like a video conference. You're just eating your own dinners and you're having a chat and talking through the day. It's a way, it's a bit funky, it's a bit weird, but when you do it and you have a laugh and you'll look back and think that was really good. So think about all these different options, make sure you connect, you must connect with people. That's what keeps all this going, is the connections we have. I'll make a prediction. I'll guarantee that this coronavirus will be over by the time I've used all my t-shirts. Every day I have a different t-shirt on. Today is a classic one of mine. It's more old school. Cogs will cogs, accept no substitute. Especially inferior products by Spacely Sprockets. If any of you are old Jetsons fans, this is where the shirt's from. If I don't get through all my t-shirts, I'm not really a hoarder, but I'm just don't throw anything out. So I've got t-shirts there, 25 years old. You'll see them come on board later. If we don't get through coronavirus, by the time I've got through all my t-shirts, 2 slabs of beer is going to the Christmas party at work. So guarantee it'll be over by then, but there you go, we'll get through these t-shirts. Okay, that's my little sermon for the day. Don't want to sort of be depressing or anything, but I just think it's important we do talk about some of these things. But we'll get back to the silly stuff too. All right, signing off, guys. A disclaimer, I do say guys a lot. I mean everyone when I say guys. I should say guys and girls or everyone. So apologies if guys is meant, but it really, my guys is guys and girls. So if you're all good with that, I'll stick with that and not worry too much. But If it offends anyone, apologies there. Just a little disclaimer for that one, thanks. Well, here's the game we got yesterday. Joe got online from me, and today's game we played was Ticket to Ride the Great Lakes. So down here is the border of the Great Lakes in North America and Canada. As you can see, I remember going to a board store before Christmas and I want a game as good as Monopoly, simple but not as mean as Monopoly. And they suggested this one, and next a whole bunch of versions, very popular around the world. It's a lot of fun. Good thing about it, you're just trying to get from A to B using trains and ships and getting cards, but you don't know who wins till the end, till you add all the points up. So you don't get McScrooge holding all the properties like Monopoly. So it's a bit of a fun game, and it takes about 45 minutes per game because you run out of pieces. So the game doesn't go on and on, it has a finite time, and that seems to work out pretty well for what we like to do and muck around. So yeah, if you want to have a crack, get a game and have some fun. Hey, here he is, the man of the moment. Rory Carney Walker. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
This is my nephew, Rory, and what have you done, Rob? Tell him.
Just completed my PPL license, so I did a flight test and now I'm a private pilot.
Congratulations,
so, yeah. Thank
Rory.
you.
Fantastic.
Congratulations, Rory.
Yeah.
That's great, mate. Well, there's another thing you can do to fill in the time, and that is cooking. Not that I'm a great cook, my wife certainly is. And tonight looks like she's making up some apple and pear crumble, and I'll show you some finished product when it comes out of the oven. Well, here we are, apple and pear crumble. Prior to entering the oven, we've got to get some crumble and yummy white chocolate buttons on top. So we'll test them and check them out tonight. So what's something to do? Get into the kitchen and start cooking. That goes for the boys too. Well, here it is, all finished, the apple and pear crumble. I'm going to dollop that with ice cream and custard. Perfect way to finish the day. Hey Tess, dinner time. I'm going to try and feed Tess a carrot today. Right, there you go Tess. She normally takes it over to her bed here. Well, that's not too bad, a little bit messy, but yep, she ate the whole carrot.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Jean.
I imagine if Dr. Seuss were alive today, he'd write something like this. The buildings were big and people would smile, and travel they would, mile by mile. But sick they become, in numbers it grew. Businesses worried, communities too. Things stopped for a bit. The world slowed its roll. The virus had certainly taken its toll. But when they then saw from slowing things down, is in fact that now has less reason to frown. Families now gathered, what games shall we play? Pass me the blue crayon, give mummy the grey. Dad's home, guys, he'd read us a book. Then all of us together, we'll cook. The lungs of the planet caught a small break. Less travel meant less pollution to make. People did realise that all be okay. They don't need so much to get through the day. Maybe this virus that causes so much stress showed the whole world that more can mean less. That was inspired by Dr. Seuss, and it was read by me, June.
Thanks, June.